Hey everyone, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have another plan with me to share with you all, and this week I am using the Cloudbusting kit from ScribblePrintsCo with like the Celestial Sparkly Hollow bundle. Since I used Hollow last week and Lavender Hollow, I thought Hollow would be really pretty for this kit, but I was like, let's do something different. Let's do Sparkly Hollow. And because I had the bundle and it had like the stars and moons on it, I was like, this is perfect, because this whole week is like astrology, celestial, clouds and stars, clouds and moons and things like that. So I thought it was perfect. So the reason I used this kit for this week was because my friend Kelly was supposed to be coming this week. She was going on basically an East Coast tour and she was going to be speaking at a conference, but she was going to go by way of New York and come visit me. But she had to cancel her plans for her own personal reasons. So I didn't get to see her this week and it was very sad. But she is actually, again, change of plans, and I will get to see her in a week. I think, a week in my time, a week in voiceover Jess time. So I'm very excited. I think we're only gonna have time to get dinner, but it'll be really good to see her because I haven't seen her since her wedding. So I am very hype. So yeah, so I picked this kit because we're into astrology and horoscopes and Taurus things because we're both Tauruses. I think I just collect Tauruses as friends. Andrea is a Taurus. My friend Carla is a Taurus. Kelly is a Taurus. Nick, my boyfriend, is a Taurus. It's great. I mean, sometimes it's not great because we're all a little too similar. But then sometimes, and most of the time, it's just fantastic because we're always on the same wavelength. And it's yes, I understand. So I love it. Did I mention that I paired this kit with Sparkly Hollow? I think I did. This is my second time recording the voiceover, so I don't know what I said that time and what I said this time, but what I did do before each voiceover was yawn the biggest yawn. I am so tired. I put off filming this plan with me until the very last second. Usually on Monday, I will pull out all the stickers that I need. Tuesday, I will print and cut the sticker sheet and then maybe film, but if not, no, I usually will film Tuesday or Wednesday, and then Thursday I'll do the voiceover so that it's all ready to go by Friday. But I actually did all of this the day before the plan with me came out. So I feel very disconnected from this week. It feels like a very, very long time ago. I think I'm so sleepy. I think my boss was asking me, I think Purim was this week. And so two of my coworkers, or I think one of them, brought in Hamantaschen, and one of my bosses was just like, oh my God, this is so good. These cookies are so good. And he was eating them and he was loving on them. And then today, so this would be a week later, there's still two of them left. And I could not tell him how long they'd been in there for. And he was like, I think they've been here for a week. And I'm like, honestly, I couldn't tell you. It feels like they've been there for an eternity. I ended up throwing them out. But that's how disconnected I am from last week. It seems so long ago. But yeah, so I was supposed to see Kelly over the weekend, but I didn't get to. So I ended up seeing Nick. Nick was he's actually on his apartment tour. I gotta stop saying, I'm so sorry. So he's on an apartment tour. He's looking for apartments, and he was just staying at an Airbnb to get a feel for a town. So he was just kind of chilling by himself and loving every second of it, I bet, at this Airbnb. And so I was kind of planning to go visit him even if Kelly was going to come, because I was going to see Kelly on Sunday into Monday. We're going to have a little sleepover. So I ended up getting to hang out with Nick over the weekend longer than I had planned to originally. Well, I was waiting for him to invite me over. And so I was like, oh my God, so surprised, so sudden. I can't believe you asked. So yeah, that's what I ended up doing this weekend. But I don't know what happened during the week. I guess even though I just put the stickers down, I don't remember anything. So the sidebar is pretty basic. It is what my sidebar is all the time: 2 habit trackers, nighttime skincare, and the 10K steps. And I think I decided last plan with me that I was just going to stop marking them off because I can't keep track, especially for the way that I film these plan with me's now. For the square box, I put the cookies down because I realized I had been eating so much sugar to the point that I was just absolutely craving it at every corner. And I'm not like I don't have a sweet tooth. I have one now, but I never had a sweet tooth. I'm more of like a pickle, steak, sour tomatoes. I don't know if they're like an American thing, but like my dad and my mom love eating sour tomatoes. They're basically like pickled tomatoes. Yeah, but things like that, like that's what I have I don't have a sweet tooth for. I have like a salty, savory tooth. What is the equivalent of that? Does anybody know? So basically I put the cookies down because just kind of like a stop eating the sugar, try to wean yourself off of it, because I had lost my marbles. The funny thing is though, is I think I developed the sweet tooth working at a dental office. There's always cookies, cupcakes, candies. Oh my God, it's just so much sugar everywhere. Every time we get some kind of snack or like gift from a patient, I'm like, why couldn't this have been like a jar of pickles? Why couldn't this have been cheese and crackers? It's always chocolates, candies, all those things. So I think that's where I developed the sweet tooth. So I put the cookies down, even though you'll see on Monday, I ordered insomnia cookies. I think that was the day that I was like, yo, you need to stop. And then for the half box, I put that it was 2 months until my trip to Greece and Vegas, which is very exciting. And then in this week, I put down my little to-dos and things I needed to remember for the week. So yeah, starting with Monday, the first thing I marked was work. And then I marked that I started listening to Beyond the Wand, which was the book by Tom Felton. Did I listen to it the week before? I think I had started listening to it the week before. I hadn't finished it this day, I don't think. Then I ordered insomnia cookies while I was at work because it was one of my coworkers' birthday this day. And some of the girls ordered insomnia cookies. And they were like, do you want any? And I was like, sure. And they're like, how many do you want? I'm like, just one. And they're like, you have to order by half a dozen. So I ordered by a half dozen. I only ate like 2 of them, but you know, it's either like I feel guilty for eating the sweets, and then I feel guilty for spending the money on them and not eating the whole thing. It's such a circle. Then I marked that I basically binge watched a lot of TikTok on this day. I also did a little workout. Go me. I was very productive with my workouts in this week. The week that a voiceover Jess is in she found every excuse not to get on the treadmill. She only did it once as of right now, but she's definitely not going to do it over the weekend. I don't know why I'm talking in third person. So I worked out, and then I went to go, did I take a bath? No, I think I had some bath bombs from the day before that I had bought with my dad shopping that I wanted to organize. And I had this like new little grate to keep, grate. It's like a metal crate basically to keep all my bath bombs in. I took them out of the paper packaging and everything, and I just like let them breathe on their own inside a cabinet, but it organized in this like little thing. So I organized my bath products, and then I FaceTimed Nick. I talked to Nick a lot this week. We usually don't FaceTime like a lot or like talk on the phone, like we'll text and stuff, but I FaceTime him a lot this week. So on Tuesday, I marked with a little like Munchkin weather sticker that it snowed. I don't like remember exactly how much it snowed, but it probably didn't snow very much at all, but I was like, oh my God, flurries. And so I wanted to mark it. I'm sure I was walking somewhere and it had snowed, which is why I marked it. I think I was walking to work in the city after I got off the bus. So yeah, and I was like, this is probably most snow we're going to get, so I'm going to mark it. Then I listened to more of Beyond the Wand, and I marked work. Then I FaceTimed Nick again. I don't remember what for. What did I FaceTime him for on Monday? I don't know. Like there was like a purpose for all these FaceTimes, but I can't remember a single thing. And then I got a really big Amazon haul in the mail. I had ordered a bunch of stuff for Greece and just the trip in general. I think I mentioned making the order last week. I was like a giant order. Then I print and cut my sticker sheet, and then I just spent the rest of Tuesday relaxing. I was watching TV shows, YouTube videos, just on TikTok again, and just relaxing, and it was super nice. So then on Wednesday, I knew I didn't have a patient in the morning. Like when I left on Tuesday, I checked my Wednesday schedule and I saw that my first patient slot was not taken. So I was like, I'm hungry. So I went to go get myself a bagel. I think I was getting more hungry because I was depriving myself of sugar on Tuesday. Like, I just didn't eat any sugar, but my body was like, feed me. And I was like, I'm gonna get a bagel. So I went to, like on my walk, I stopped by a deli that I had never been to, and I asked for a bagel with scallion cream cheese. And I don't think they had scallion cream cheese, but what they did have was cream cheese and scallions. So they just plopped the scallions on top of the cream cheese. And let me tell you, there is a difference between scallion cream cheese and scallions and cream cheese. Like, I could not eat that bagel. I did eat it, but I did not enjoy any second of it. But it was nice that I had the time to eat it. Then I marked work, and that I started listening to Malibu Rising, which is a Taylor Jenkins Reid book. I think I love Taylor Jenkins Reid books. I think she's my favorite author besides Emily Henry. As of my adult life. Am I an adult? I'm definitely not a young adult anymore, right? what am I? I'm an adult, right? So weird. But yeah. So I had heard a lot about Malibu Rising. I've just seen it and I really liked the cover. And so I was like, why not? Let me read it. And I think this book made me realize that I really do love listening to, because I usually listen to a Taylor Jenkins Reid book. Not even usually. I think I just always do. What was I saying? Yeah, so I picked Malibu Rising because it was just something different besides the autobiographies to read, even though I don't think I read that many, but just something different, something more interesting to me and more of my speed of books I read. So I really enjoyed it. There was a few parts in there where I dozed off because they were introducing so many characters, and I just stopped trying to keep track, but it was like, like 60% into the book, fantastic. Not fantastic. Like, I enjoyed myself. And then like 60 to 80%, I was like, what the hell is going on? And then the 80 to the 100%, I was like, this is great. And I loved the ending. I liked it very, very much. I read some reviews that were like, what the fuck was that? And to that I say, I get it. But like, also like, sometimes it's fun to have like outlandish, endings. So I'm not going to spoil anything. And if I did, I'm so sorry. If I start reviewing things, it's always going to be spoilers because I can't talk in vagueness. If I talk in vagueness, I talk in circles. So yeah, then I got home and I worked out. Go me, usually don't work out on Wednesdays. And then I FaceTimed Nick. I think we had agreed to just like hang out instead of watch a movie, which was nice. And he got to do his coding stuff, and I got to actually film the last week's plan with me while we were on FaceTime, which was super nice. And it takes no time at all because I pulled out all my stickers the day before, and I have my little scripts ready to go. So it makes filming these plans with me super duper easy, unless I leave it for the last minute like this, and then I'm just overwhelmed. So then on Thursday, the first thing I did was mark work, more Malibu Rising on my commutes. And then after work, I did get a cheeky Starbucks. I hadn't done that in a very long time, probably because I drink 2 cups of coffee now, just in the morning. I have one on the way to work, and then one either when I get to work after my first patient, if I finish early, or at lunch, I will have a cup of coffee. Do you guys hear me breathing? I'm trying to suppress a yawn so that didn't work so bad. I'm so sorry if you yawned. If I yawn with contagious, I don't know what's going on. And like, it's 9:00 that I'm filming this voiceover right now, 9:00 on Thursday. And first of all, I'm watching My Cousin Vinny. Great movie. Never seen it before. I've only ever seen the clip of Marissa Tomei talking about like the car. Good movie. I'm also just like, I want to finish the movie. I want to finish the Plan With Me stuff. And I kind of just want to play a little Hogwarts Legacy. I doubt it's going to happen today, but it's fine. I also wanted to go to Michael's today, but we'll save that for next week's Plan With Me. So yeah, so I went to Starbucks. I got home and I worked out again. Look at me go. Where is this Jessica? I needed her the week that voiceover Jessica is in, because I cannot get on the treadmill. So then I edited my Plan With Me, and I watched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish with my mom and Oliver, who joined us for the viewing towards the end. So it was really nice. And then I ended the night just watching a bunch of YouTube videos and watching a comedian, Matt Rife. I'm sure if you're on TikTok and you're like on comedy TikTok, you've seen him a lot on a TikTok. I think his little TikTok snippets are funnier than this comedy special, but also I think the comedy special, Actually, I have no idea when it came out. I think it might have come out a little like early on before some of these skits. But anyway, I think I got halfway through and then fell asleep and I didn't bother rewatching it. So, but I marked it because that's what I did. Probably should just put YouTube binge. I don't know why I had to get so specific, but there you are. So on Friday, I marked that I published my plan with me and I did another workout. To be honest, I signed up for a Peloton live class. Like that would have been my first one. I've always wanted to do a live class, but like the times are never convenient for me. Plus, most of them are rides and I'm a walking girly. The one time I tried to run, I ended up with a migraine so bad, I just cried at work. Good times. I don't know if the two are correlated, but I took it as a sign to just like do what my body feels comfortable. I power walk. Like I'm just like 2.2 miles per hour away from a jog power walk. But yeah, so I saw that there was a like Disney or something exciting. What is it? Walk class. And then I realized that I had made it for Saturday and not Friday. So I ended up just doing like a random workout on Friday, but I still got up to work out and I was very proud of myself. Okay, what did I do? After that, I packed because I was leaving for Nick's place on this day. I packed and then I drove to PA. I got to Nick's house, but he was still working. I was just trying to avoid some traffic, so I left kind of early, but I got to his house and he was still working. So I put on Les Mis because that is what one does, I guess. And I watched Les Mis. I feel like every time I watch it, I feel like I'm watching it brand new because I can never retain any of Les Mis, but I think this time I did because I watched it fully through and did not stop. Wasn't even on my phone. I was engaged the whole time. Then after that, we frolicked on the main street of the town that he was looking at, and we had a little date night at a taqueria, and it was delicious. The enchiladas were so good, and I'm not just saying that because I was like 2 margaritas in. I don't know why I drank 2 margaritas, but there was so much sugar in those margaritas that I could not friggin' sleep. I was tossing and turning. Literally, when you picture tossing and turning, that is what I was doing. Basically that night. But we got back and then we finally finished Perfect Match. And it was kind of just like meh. And then now I know things about the Perfect Match and like where they are now. And that's kind of the reason I hate watching reality TV, because I get invested in these people and already none of them are together. None of them. Just fuck. It's so stupid. Will I watch if there's another season? Absolutely, because it was funny. And then I just marked some snuggles, which then I also marked in the morning, some snuggles. And we went to go grab some coffee on that main street again. And then we were driving around Pennsylvania. We actually checked out of the Airbnb that Nick was staying at. And there was like another set of apartments around where we were like driving to, or we just had the time, I don't remember. So we were just checking out different apartments for him. I was like, why not? We're going to be everywhere. So we drove around PA, we looked at some apartments for him, and then we stopped for lunch at a Sedona Tap House. It was so freaking good. They had a fried chicken sandwich, so delectable, thinnest layer of fried crunch, and the juiciest chicken ever. Then we went shopping at King of Prussia Mall. Mostly Nick went shopping. I was trying so hard to shop. You guys know I should not be spending money, how many no spends I should be putting on my sidebars. But I was like trying to find something to buy. I think I did buy tights for one of my EDC outfits. I bought 3 pairs of tights, but I'm probably going to return 2 of them. But I bought a pair of tights and that was it. Oh, and some bubble tea. I also bought that. That was delicious. But it was Nick. He was shopping. I was just there and I was basically like the dad looking for couches and like love seats to sit on while he browsed. I was like, just give me your shopping, dear, and I'll sit and you peruse. So we spent a couple of hours at King of Prussia and then we headed back to Nick's parents' house and we had sushi for dinner, which was super nice. And then we ended the night watching a movie, which I marked the really cute movie night with Nick sticker. I don't remember the movie we watched. Sometimes I like go back and forth on whether to use the movie night with Nick sticker or actually write the movie. And I'm always like, I'm going to remember what movie it is. No, I don't. What did we watch? I really can't remember. It'll come to me after this voiceover finishes. So last but not least, we have Sunday. I marked again with Snuggles, and then I had to leave super early because your girl had plans these days. My sister and my brother-in-law were actually in the city, and my dad had always wanted to go to this Summit One Vanderbilt building thing where I thought it was just like glass everywhere. Turns out it's all mirrors, and it's like an interactive exhibit, which is very, very cool and like so much cooler than I thought it was going to be. But basically, yeah, I left early. I stopped by Wawa because you must always stop at Wawa if a Wawa exists. Got some coffee, got a breakfast sandwich. I forgot ketchup and hot sauce, but you know, I ate it anyway and it was good. And then I drove back home. Well, I actually drove to my dad's house and then I picked him up and we just went straight into the city. And somehow my sister and my brother-in-law are in the city. I'm coming from Pennsylvania and they're the ones who are late to this thing by like 15 minutes. I mean, they still let us in, but I was just like, are you kidding me? But the exhibit was super duper cool. It was just like mirrors on mirrors on mirrors and like floating like mirrored balls, like balloons and things like that. Very, very cool. So if you're like in New York, I highly suggest it if you can go. It's probably dope as hell during the sunset, but it was also daylight savings this day. So even if we tried to get for the sunset, it wouldn't have worked out because my sister and Brandon would have to go home. So then we stopped by iMilky, which is a bubble tea place. It's like a bubble tea place, and they have like onigiri, which are like these little rice, not balls, but like rice balls, and they have like meat inside, and they're wrapped in sushi, and you have to like peel it, a very intricate way to eat it. Oh, it's so good. I had gotten a spicy pork with kimchi one, delicious, and then, oh, look at me. Still talking. And then the other one was like tuna, but I pictured like tuna, but it's tuna fish, like chicken of the sea tuna fish. And I was like, I ate it, but I did not enjoy it. Oh, sorry, I had the hiccups. Then after we went to iMilky, my sister and Brandon left. So me and my dad went back home and I hung out at my dad's house for a little bit. And then he made us dinner, which was so delicious. And I think I watched a little bit more of Daisy Jones and the Six. Then I went home, finally, after all that time, turned on the Oscars, had my laundry, put away my clothes, and then played Hogwarts Legacy while I watched the Oscars. That was so hard to get out. While I watched the Oscars. And I didn't get to watch Brendan Fraser win an Oscar, but I did get to watch a lot of other people. And I fell asleep by 10:30 because your girl was tired and the tiredness only got worse in the following week. But yeah. All right, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this plan with me. I know I talked past putting down stickers, but if you're here, thanks for sticking around. Yeah, and I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in next week's plan with me. I need to figure out a better way to end these videos. All right. Bye.